welcome back to my nursery. Welcome to my nursery if you are new. It is now early Saturday afternoon that I'm coming on to do this video. I think I did my video early last week too. So that's a change because I am getting them done, my videos recorded early. We'll see what time I can get to edit it and get it put up. I'm going to try to post this video today, sometime this afternoon or early this evening. But I wanted to come on with these two babies today. This is another, if you guys hear noise in the background today, you'll hear real baby in the background. We have real baby noises in the nursery today because my granddaughter is in here with me, guys. I don't know, can I get through this whole video without pausing it to feed her because she's trying to wake up. It's not time for her to eat, but she's making all of her little noises in the background. It is Allura, my new grandbaby. Most of you know that have been watching. You guys know all about little Allura, but if you're new, I have a new granddaughter. She is now 3.5 months old, but she just came home about 3 weeks ago because she was born early, premature, and she was in the hospital for about 3 months. She just came home 3 weeks ago. So it's a new baby in the house. I'm on grandma duty today, so I'm watching her right now, and I'm trying to change my doll babies, do a video while I'm watching her. So this is the first time I'm doing this. Normally I wouldn't do a video while I'm watching her, but I decided to test it out today because it may be times where I want to do a video and she'll just be in the nursery with me, and I'm going to do the video while she's in here. We'll see how it all goes. If I have to feed her, I'll just stop the video and then continue it, and then I'll have to edit and put the two parts together. We'll see what happens. But anyway, as I was saying, I had to just say all of that so you guys will know if you hear baby noises, it's a real baby in the nursery today. Definitely something new for me. Normally I would have, if I'm gonna like have baby sounds in my videos, it's recorded. Well, today is real. It's the real deal, a real baby in here. So anyway, please subscribe if you're new. I haven't shown my new granddaughter on video yet. I don't know eventually if I will with her parents' permission. Right now I don't really have their go-ahead, their permission to show her. So we won't show her, but you guys may hear her from time to time in my videos. Until I actually show her. I'm trying to convince them to let me show her on video, but we'll see. So anywho, welcome to my nursery. As I was saying, please subscribe if you are new. Click the notification bell so you'll be notified when I upload new videos. Right now my video schedule seems to be every 6 days or so I do a new video. That's how it's been going because I'm watching my granddaughter now. Whenever her mommy and daddy have work, I watch her. So we'll see how it all goes. I'm kind of just adjusting and going along as things go. Just working it out as we go along. So please, guys, give the video a like. Hit that like button. Please feel free to comment below. And please share my videos. When I reach 5,000 subscribers, we will be doing a 5,000 subscriber giveaway where I will be painting a vinyl reborn and giving it away with a box opening and everything. Shipping and everything will be included. So it will be totally, completely a gift to you, the winner, from me. But you have to be subscribed to my channel in order to enter to win that giveaway. So please make sure you subscribe now. Okay, so moving along in the crib today, we are doing the video in the crib again because when I find when I do a video with more than one baby, for some reason now my camera looks dark. Okay, there it goes. It's easier for me to put both of the babies in the crib and just do the video with both of them. Instead of switching up with the changing table and doing one baby at a time, then you got to move them to do the next baby. I found when I did the 2 babies last weekend, it was easier to just change both of them in the crib. I'll just have to switch them around as I change. Put one baby up front and then move the baby to the back and put the other baby up front. It just worked out easier like that. So anyway, these are my 2 Clear Taylor dolls here. These are both addition dolls, meaning they were fully done by Clear Taylor from start to finish. She sculpted them, molded them, poured them into silicone, painted them, and rooted their hair. So that is what a Clear Taylor addition doll, completed doll is. This little one up here is the longest standing baby in my nursery. He is Gabriel Andrew. I named him Gabriel. He is actually, I call him now Gabriel Kingston Andrew. And he has been in my nursery. He came back in June of 2017. So he's been here a while now. It is what, 2023, right? 18, 19, 20, 7 years. 7 years, and I still love this little boy. He is a full body silicone, anatomically correct a boy. Both of them are full body anatomically correct boys. They are older babies. So he was created, Andrew, he's the Andrew Sculpt by Clear Taylor, and he was created back in October of 2015. So this baby will be soon, like, I'm thinking 9 years old. Gabriel soon will be 9 years old, I believe, or 8 years old. I gotta count. He'll be 8 years old in October this year. So he is definitely an older baby. He is poured in 2 pieces. That's powder you see under his neck. He is what you would call on a ball joint. That's when the baby is poured in 2 pieces. So their neck turns. They're not poured all in one piece. Most of the older babies used to be poured in 2 pieces where the head was attached with what you would call like on a ball jointed neck. He has a squishy tummy. That is what makes him a little different from the other Andrews in his edition. He's Andrew number 4. There are only 5 of them in the world. So he is rare. He has the squishy tummy feature, and also he's the only ethnic Andrew in his edition. So he is definitely rare. And then next to him, and he is 20 inches and 8 pounds, 8 ounces. This little guy is also 20 inches. And I want to say, to me, he feels just as heavy, like they feel the same weight as each other. Although this little one doesn't have the squishy tummy. He is Zaire, and I call him Zaire Princeton, and he is the Zoe Ziggy Sculpt by Clear Taylor Dolls. And the Zoes are all girls in the edition. He's the only boy, so she called him, she named him Ziggy. He is, like I said, all sculpted and everything done by Clear Taylor. He was created back in 2014, so he is also an older baby by Clear Taylor, and he is older than this little guy right here. He's a year older. So these 2 are definitely older babies. He is also on a ball jointed neck, but as you can see, his neck is a little bit different than Gabriel's. And I noticed, like, a lot of the Clear Taylor dolls that I've had over the years, all of their necks, like the ball joint, the way the head is attached looks different. Like she sculpted and put it together differently. And I really like the Zoes, the way the neck looks in the back and the head. It just looks really neat the way it's done. Of course, you guys are seeing all that powder I have under there. The reason I put powder under the neck is so that the head will turn easily on the ball joint. Because it's silicone, everything is silicone, the whole doll, it will tend to stick sometimes under there. So then when you try to turn it, if you feel like, if you do have a ball jointed neck doll and you feel like you're having a little bit of a hard time to turn it, that means it needs powder underneath there. So the powder helps to keep the silicone nice and smooth and less sticky and tacky, so it turns easier, and that keeps you from like forcing the head to turn, because definitely you can pop that ball joint under there where it will break. So you don't want that to happen. So that's why I choose to put powder underneath there to keep their necks and heads, turning easily. So yeah, this little one is one of my newer babies in my collection. I brought him home back in March of this year. So he's one of my newest babies. I've had a Zoe before. He's my second Zoe. The first Zoe I had was back in 2017, and it was a girl Zoe. And ever since I had let her go, I wanted another Zoe so bad. And never did I think I would get another Zoe. I had started to just give up on that. And finally, I got him. And his mommy contacted me. I didn't even know, I was going to have another Zoe. All of a sudden, she contacted me, and I ended up with him, and he is the rare Zoe. So I finally got my Zoe, and I ended up like just so blessed to get the rare Zoe. He's the only boy Zoe in the edition. And he's the only ethnic Zoe. So both of these boys are very special. They are both rare. They're only, I don't know how many Zoes there are. So I can't tell you. I can't say they're only, because I never actually checked. That was something I was supposed to do. I need to go on Claire Taylor's website. It's ClaireTaylorDolls.com and look up how many Zoes are there actually. All I know is he's the only ethnic one, and he's the only boy. So he's the rare one. He has these pretty open brown eyes, as you can see. I love his eyes. I love the Zoe's crinkly ears. And the Zoe was made after a real baby, Zoe. So he is what you would call a portrait baby. What else about him? It was something else I was going to say. I can't remember. But yeah, I saw him years ago. Let me start changing them before my granddaughter actually wakes up. And my whole video is going to be interrupted. So yeah, I saw the Zoe, this particular Zoe, years ago. Someone had brought him home. They had just got him, and I was in awe of him because I did not know there was a boy Zoe. First of all, I didn't know that there was an ethnic Zoe. So it was my first time seeing and finding that out, and I just fell in love with him when I saw him. But never ever did I think I would get that particular Zoe all these years later. I didn't know what happened to him when that collector left, the doll community. She had left. So I didn't know if she still had him. I didn't know what happened to him. I never seen anyone else with him. And then all of a sudden, out of the clear blue sky, she contacted me and asked me would I be interested in adopting him because she was letting him go. And I was in shock, and definitely I wanted him. Once I seen him and she was selling him, I was trying not to get him because I had other stuff going on. And then there's another doll that I really wanted to bring home. So I didn't know if I should get him. But once she told me he was available, I couldn't get him out of my head. I really wanted to bring him home. And so I just went ahead and got him. And I'm so happy I did. I just absolutely love this Zoe. I love how his face looks and his pretty eyes. I just absolutely love him. He's so stunning just to look at. I don't even have to pick him up. So I'm glad I got him. But like I said, there is another doll that I wanted to bring home, but I had to make a choice which one did I want. I didn't want to lose the Zoe again, so I couldn't pass it up. I was like, this could be my only chance finally to bring home another Zoe. So I just went ahead and got him. So now what I'm going to be changing them into, Gabriel up here is going to get this little romper. It was a gift to us in our love mail from a nice dear friend. She sent me a beautiful box of love mail a couple of months ago, about 2 months ago. So I'm going to put this one on Gabriel. And thank you to her again. She knows who she is. And this one is by Maya Rao, and it's 1 to 2 months. So Gabriel usually can fit that size. Then I have these socks with the pom-poms, but I don't have 2 blue pair. One is blue, one is white. So they'll have to see who's going to get which socks. Then I have this short pair of socks, but they don't have the pom-pom, but they're short. So I don't know. I kind of wanted them to match a little bit with the long socks. And then my little guy in the back here, little Ziggy Zaire now is going to get this Peter Rabbit romper. I have been looking for Peter Rabbit things or clothing, and I found a place on Etsy, which I can't remember right now what the name of it is, but she makes these Peter Rabbit outfits. So it's handmade. It's from the UK, and I had ordered it like 2 months ago for Zaire. When he came home, practically I ordered this, like right after he came home. And it is a newborn size. So I feel like it could fit him. And I just put them in these Pampers because they needed a diaper change. This is the back of the baby, how it looks with the ball jointed neck. And that's his little back. And pretty much with these ball jointed babies, it doesn't bother me that they have a ball joint, because you really can't tell unless you're looking at the back of the neck. If you look at them, and I have so much powder in him, look at it dropping out, you guys. Do I have my blush brush in here? Let's just brush that off for him. I think I put too much powder. That it is dropping out. But I'd rather it be too much under there than not enough. But yeah, it doesn't bother me if the baby has a ball joint, especially if it's a baby that I really want. I don't mind them having the ball joint. Some collectors, that might be a deal breaker for them, where they don't want the older babies anymore because they're on a ball jointed neck. So I'm spraying the brush with my little Johnson's Detangler. I usually will spray it on the brush to try to avoid spraying it in the baby's face, especially the silicone dolls. All right, so yeah, some collectors, they don't want the older babies anymore because they have these ball jointed necks. For me, I don't mind if it's a baby I really love. And like Gabriel, who I'm changing right now, Andrew, the Andrew sculpt is, like I said, an older baby. From the time I saw this little guy on his first mommy's channel, I absolutely fell in love with this baby. So for me, I still adore him. I don't care that he's older now. I don't care that he's all on the ball jointed neck at all. It doesn't bother me. And it's not like, oh, I'm going to sell him because he's older and he's on the ball joint. Because I noticed a lot of collectors, when they started making the one-piece pour babies, they began to sell off a lot of their older dolls that were in, you know, where they were two-piece pours with the ball jointed neck. A lot of these dolls all of a sudden were going up for sale. And at the time, they were so like affordable what people were selling them for, a lot of them. So it was like the perfect time if you didn't mind having a doll, a silicone doll with a ball jointed neck in your collection. Like, that was the time to try to grab one of these babies, especially for collectors who want a Clear Taylor doll. And her dolls are definitely high end. So if you wanted a Clea Taylor doll, that was the perfect time to grab one, because they were so, like, people were selling them at such good prices. And ironically, I didn't buy any that at that particular time when everybody started selling them for so, cheap almost. Like, I couldn't believe some of the prices I was seeing. But I don't think I was buying any at that time when they was just letting them go. That's when I was buying those Willows, when the Willows came out. And so I didn't buy one of these dolls, the older Clea Taylor dolls at that time, because I was too busy, chasing the Willows. And I wanted I wanted two Willows, and I ended up overall, I had 5 Willows by Clea Taylor when it was all said and done. But yeah, I didn't get one of them when I could have really got a couple of Clea Taylor dolls that people were just selling for like such affordable prices at the time. I didn't get one. But that was definitely the time. If you was looking for a Clea Taylor doll and you didn't mind having a ball jointed baby, that was the time to grab one. Now, if you buy one of these older babies, although they have the ball jointed neck and they're older, people are selling them for way more money now. If you do find one, because now you can't even find one for sale. People are holding on to their Clea Taylor dolls, the older ones. They've stopped selling them. And that is probably because the newer Clea Taylor dolls are definitely way higher in price. So people who do have a Clea Taylor doll, they have definitely stopped selling them, and they are kind of holding on to them. And if you do find somebody that's selling one, they are no longer at those really, really affordable prices like they were a couple of years back, maybe 3 years ago. Like when I bought Zaire here recently in March, he wasn't so affordable like they were selling them back, 2-3 years ago. His price was much more, because now people, like I said, the collectors are holding on to their Clea Taylor dolls. Older, newer, whatever they have that's by Clea Taylor, they holding them. And if they do sell them, they're going to cost you a little bit more, because her dolls have just really went up in price, the newer ones. A lot of people can't afford them, or they just don't want to pay the price that the dolls are going for now. They refuse to pay the price, even if they can afford them. So it's much harder to get one of her dolls now. Like, they are highly sought after. Usually if I do sell one of my Clea Taylor dolls, I tell you one thing, they go like hotcakes. Although they cost more money than a lot of the other silicone dolls, if I do put one up for sale, they usually sell. I don't have any problem, that's what I could say, with my Clea Taylor dolls selling. I don't care if it's old, new, and in between. They usually sell pretty quickly when I do put one up for sale. Not that I'm planning on selling any right now, but they sell pretty quick. So this is Zoe's, Ziggy's neck, his ball joint, and you see how neat it looks. Like, I really love how his neck is, or the Zoe's. So yeah, when I got him, I didn't get such a, a discounted price, because like I said, now people have the collectors have raised their prices on any Clea Taylor dolls, even if it's an older one, even if it's a ball joint, the price, you're going to pay a little bit more. Little Gabriel back here in the back now, when I got him, his price, although when I got him, he was only like 2 years old, or say a year and a half old, and he is poured in 2 pieces and everything. But when I got him, he was in pristine condition, and he's a Clea Taylor edition doll, and he was holding his price. I paid the same price for him as though he, what he sold for when he was brand new. I paid the same thing for him. His price had not depreciated at all. It was the same. He held his value. And that's one thing I like about Claire's dolls also, is that they do hold their value. And they're easy to sell. You usually can sell them. And that's what I like about investing in a Clear Tailor doll, because pretty much I know if I did need to sell one of them, I'm going to get my money back. I'm not going to lose anything. They're going to sell quickly if I need to sell them fast. And, you know, her dolls also hold up over time. You know, they still look good if you take care of them, and if you buy them from other collectors that took good care of them. You know, although they're older and definitely had a few mommies at this point, they still stay in. Her dolls hold up. The paint holds up. Usually her rooting holds up. They hold their value, and her dolls stay in good condition for years, as you can see with these two. So that is the thing, you know, definitely that's when I become the collector and not the silicone mommy or reborn mommy. That's when I'm Erica the collector. When I invest my money in these dolls, these Claire Tailor dolls, they do cost a lot, but for me, I feel they're worth, you know, they're worth what they cost. They're worth the investment. They're worth the money that I'm paying out for them. They're just so realistic, and her silicone is nice. Her painting is, you know, she's, in my opinion, a master artist. Her paint holds up. Her silicone, like, it holds up over time. Her rooting, if you don't go pulling the doll's hair out, and, you know, remember that it is a silicone, and you don't go washing it every minute and brushing it really hard with hard brushes. If you take care of it, their hair stays rooted. Both of them, this is the original hair, both babies. So I don't mind investing my money in her dolls, because I love the dolls, love the sculpting on them, you know, love the realism in them, love how the silicone feels and all of that. So that is what I love with her dolls. That's why I have had so many over the years. Once I set my eyes on them and I figured out finally how to get them, how I could make it happen, they are my number one still. They're my number one choice in most cases. If I could figure out a way to bring home a Claire Tailor doll, old or new, definitely I'm on it. And that's why I like them. It's not just because of her name. It's because of the dolls, the product, you know, the quality, the realism in her dolls. And definitely the quality is like, it's not just collecting them just to say, oh, I have a Claire Tailor doll. No, it's more behind the name than just the name. So that is why I absolutely love her dolls. I know when I get them, I'm going to get something good. Some of the sculpts, I can't say I love all of them the same, but some of them I absolutely love. And even though they're older, I still love them. And I would bring them home, like certain ones, even if it's an older sculpt. If it's one I really love, I will still get it, because I know I'm going to get something that's worth getting. That's worth me spending my money on. But there's definitely some of them, like these two here, that I really love. Like, they're my kind of my favorites. Like my Layla, definitely. My Dwayne Awake girl, she is a favorite, an all-time favorite of Claire Tailor's sculpts. And definitely she's a, you know, like, I want to say a forever baby for me, my Layla. But yeah, that is my thing. That is why I have so many Claire Tailor dolls. That is why I mostly collect Claire Tailor's dolls. A lot of people have often asked me that, or they don't understand, like, why don't you collect other dolls, like something different from someone else? Every now and then I'll bring home other dolls from other artists. If it's something I like, I will get it. But in most cases, I prefer if I want to spend money on a silicone, I prefer, like, Clear Taylor's dolls are always my number one choice. And it's probably going to stay like that. But not to say there's not any other, dolls out there, or sculptors that I don't like their work too. Of course, there are definitely other sculptors that I like their work too, and wouldn't mind, having one of their dolls in my collection just to experience them. But overall, I have to say Clear Taylor is still my number one when it comes onto her sculpting, her silicone, the way she paints. Whenever I can get like an edition doll that's all done by Clear Taylor, I'm definitely like trying to get it, to make it happen. If I, when I can get one, I have to keep moving my camera because for some reason over here, the crib is like right under the window, but the sunlight is not really shining in here, although it's daylight. It doesn't seem to brighten up the crib, even though the crib is right under the window. It seems like it's actually darker over here than the other part of the room. That's weird. But yeah, that's just my little chat on my Clear Taylor dolls and why I love them so much, why I don't mind spending the money on them. I feel like they are definitely worth their prices. When I can get a blank, I definitely get her blank kits also, and paint. I have painted a couple of them myself, her silicone dolls. So I'm definitely like a Clear Taylor, like she's my number one. But yes, I do have my eyes on a few other sculpts though right now, that aren't by Clear Taylor, surprisingly, silicone. So who knows? I do have, like I said, a cuddle head that I really want to start painting, and it's not by Clear Taylor. It's by a whole different sculptor, which eventually I'll show that baby. So I'm planning on painting that one. But for me, even if it's an older Clear Taylor doll, if it's a way I could get it, I definitely try to grab them, because the older ones now, although their prices have went up as well, they're still less than trying to go after the newer Clear Taylor sculpts. So if I see anybody with the older ones and this is a sculpt I like, even if it's on a ball joint, I will grab it if it's possible. If it's the right time, I will grab it. And that's my question to you guys. If it's an older sculpt, say if you wanted a Clear Taylor doll and it's an older sculpt and it's on a ball jointed neck, would you get it? Or would that be a deal breaker for you? Would you not? Or it could be even another doll, full body silicone, and it's poured in two pieces. It's on a ball jointed neck. Would you get that doll? Or that's like a no-no, where you don't want anything other than a one-piece pour now? Because I notice most collectors only want that one-piece pour. And that is why a few years ago, everybody started selling their older dolls, their older Clear Taylor dolls, their older silicone dolls, because they were poured in two pieces. And everybody was trying to get the one-piece pour and the soft silicone. So a lot of the older dolls was just like being sold like hotcakes at such affordable prices. And I sure wish I could have bought more of them like at that time. But I was, like I said, running after the newer dolls as well, trying to get the Willows. So I didn't grab like, the dolls when they were selling them back then. Now, certain ones I wish I could get my hands on, nobody's selling them now. Everybody holding on to their dolls tight right now, the older dolls, because the silicone dolls have went up in price so much. Most people don't want to pay that for them, what they cost now, the cost of them now, or they just can't afford them. So yeah, but that's my question. If someone is selling a older Clear Taylor doll or any older silicone doll and it's poured in two pieces, it's on a ball joint, would you buy it? Or is that a deal breaker and you won't buy it because it's not a one-piece pour? For me, like I said, if it's a doll I really want, I don't care if they're poured in two pieces and they have a ball jointed neck. Because look at them right now. You can't tell. You cannot really tell that they are on ball joints. You can't tell. Once you dress them, you cannot tell. They just look like a baby, you know, full body silicone, all dressed, looking cute, and you cannot even tell that, you know, they are poured in two pieces. You can't really tell that a lot of times unless they, like, you're looking at them from the back, then you may can see it from the back when they're not dressed. But once they're dressed, you can't tell. So that's why I don't mind having, you know, these older babies on board jointed necks. It doesn't bother me at all, and I just love both of them. And I have them as my fraternal twins because they have the same body as well, the same body style exactly. They just have different faces, these two, and one is asleep and one is awake, but their whole body is identical, the same. So I have these two now as my, also another set of my fraternal twins in my collection in my nursery. And as I said, he is Zaire Princeton, he is Gabriel Kingston, and he is the Zoe Ziggy sculpt, and he is the Andrew sculpt, all done by Claire Taylor Dolls. And that is my video for today. That is my chat, and my granddaughter stayed asleep, you guys, for the whole video. So I'm going to get off of here now before she wakes up so I can fix her bottle. And we will see you guys in the next video. Stay safe. Take care.